Hello, my friends. Welcome back. I am happy you are here today. Find a calm place, sit comfortably, and let us travel together through time. Today we will follow the history of coffee. It is a real story. It is a story about mountains, travelers, monks, traders, kings, workers, and ordinary people. It is the story of a small red fruit that changed the world. Our story begins in Ethiopia, in the high green lands of East Africa. Coffee plants grew there naturally. Long before coffee was a drink in cups, it was a wild plant with red berries. People did not write everything down at that time, so the first part of the story is a little mysterious. But there is a famous legend, and legends can show us how people remembered the past. The legend tells us about a young goat herder named Kaldi. One day, Kaldi saw something strange. His goats were jumping and running with unusual energy. They did not look tired. They did not want to sleep. Kaldi watched them carefully. Then he saw the goats eating small red berries from a green bush. He became curious. He tried the berries too. Soon he felt more awake. His eyes opened wide. His body felt full of life. Kaldi took the berries to a holy man. The holy man was not sure about them. Some versions of the story say he threw the berries into a fire. Then a wonderful smell filled the air. The berries were roasting. The smell was rich and warm. People took the roasted beans from the fire. They put them in water, and something like coffee was born. Now, we must be honest. We do not know if Kaldi was a real person. The story may be only a legend. But Ethiopia was truly important in the beginning of coffee. The coffee plant came from that part of the world. And even today, Ethiopia is one of the most important coffee countries on earth. From Ethiopia, coffee crossed the Red Sea. It reached Yemen. This was a very important step. In Yemen, coffee became more than a wild berry. People began to grow it. They learned how to prepare it. They roasted it. They brewed it. They turned it into a drink that people could share. In the 15th century, coffee was used by Sufi monks in Yemen. These monks prayed for many hours. Sometimes they prayed late into the night. They needed to stay awake. Coffee helped them keep their minds clear. It helped them listen, read, pray, and think. For them, coffee was not just a drink. It was part of a spiritual life. The drink had an Arabic name, kahwa. At first, this word was connected with drinks that gave energy. Later, it became connected with coffee. From kahwa came other words. In Turkey, people said kahve. In Europe, people began to say coffee. So when we say coffee today, we are speaking a word with a long journey inside it. Yemen had mountains, dry air, and strong farmers. Coffee grew on high land. Farmers worked on hillsides. They carried baskets. They dried the beans in the sun. Traders took the beans to ports by the Red Sea. One port became very famous. Its name was Mocha. For many years, Mocha was one of the great coffee ports of the world. This is why the word mocha is still connected with coffee today. Many people now think of chocolate when they hear mocha. But the name first came from the port of Mocha in Yemen. Ships left that port with coffee beans. They traveled to Egypt, to the Arabian Peninsula, to the Ottoman world, and later to Europe. Coffee moved with people. It moved with traders. It moved with pilgrims. It moved with stories. When people tasted it, they noticed something special. Coffee did not make people slow. It made them awake. It helped them talk, think, and work. A cup of coffee could turn a quiet room into a place of conversation. Soon, coffee reached cities like Mecca and Cairo. People began to drink it in public places. These places became coffee houses. A coffee house was not only a shop, it was a meeting place. Men came there to drink coffee, talk about news, listen to music, play games, hear stories, and discuss ideas. This was powerful, very powerful. Before radio, before television, before the internet, people needed places to share information. Coffee houses became places where ideas moved quickly. A man could enter for one cup and leave with new news from another city, a new poem, a business deal, or a political opinion. Some rulers became worried. They saw people sitting together and talking for hours. They asked, "What are they saying? Are they criticizing the government? Are they planning something?" In some places, coffee was banned for a short time. But the bans did not last. People loved coffee too much. The drink always came back. Coffee then became very important in the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire was large and powerful. It included many lands in the Middle East, North Africa, and parts of Europe. In the city of Istanbul, coffee houses became famous. People drank strong coffee from small cups. They talked, read, and watched the world go by. There was even a special way to prepare Turkish coffee. The coffee was ground very fine. It was cooked slowly with water. Sometimes sugar was added. The drink was thick, strong, and full of smell. Even today, Turkish coffee is part of daily life and tradition in many places. Then coffee moved into Europe. At first, many Europeans did not understand it. It was dark, bitter, and foreign. Some people were suspicious. They called it strange. They did not know if it was safe. But other people were curious. Traders brought coffee to Venice because Venice traded with the Eastern Mediterranean world. Venice became one of the first European cities to know coffee well. At first, coffee was expensive. Only rich people could enjoy it often. But little by little, it spread. Doctors talked about it. Merchants sold it. Travelers wrote about it. And soon, coffee houses opened in European cities. In London, coffee houses became very popular in the 17th century. A man could buy a cup of coffee for 1 penny. Then he could sit, read newspapers, meet people, and hear news. Because of this, some coffee houses were called penny universities. For 1 penny, a person could learn many things. Different coffee houses attracted different people. Some were full of writers. Some were full of sailors. Some were full of merchants. Some were full of scientists. Business deals happened there. Newspapers grew there. Insurance companies and financial markets also grew around coffeehouse culture. Coffee was becoming part of modern life. In France, coffee houses also became important. In Paris, people met in cafés. They discussed books, politics, science, and art. A café was a place for drinking, but also a place for thinking. Coffee helped create a new kind of public life. People did not only sit at home or in palaces. They sat together in shared spaces. But the story of coffee was not only cozy and bright. There was also a hard side. As coffee became popular, European powers wanted to control it. They wanted to grow coffee in their colonies. They wanted more beans, more money, and more power. Coffee plants were taken to different parts of the world. The Dutch grew coffee in Java, in what is now Indonesia. The French took coffee plants to islands in the Caribbean. Coffee also spread to Central America, South America, and many tropical lands. The plant needed warm weather, rain, and good soil. One famous story tells about a French naval officer named Gabriel de Clieux. In the early 18th century, he carried a coffee plant across the ocean to Martinique. The journey was difficult. Water was limited. The plant needed care. The story says he shared his small water supply with the plant. The plant survived, and coffee spread from there through the Caribbean. But many coffee farms used enslaved people and forced labor. This is an important truth. Coffee made some people rich, but many workers suffered deeply. They worked long hours in hot fields. They had little freedom. Their lives were controlled by others. When we tell the history of coffee, we must remember them too. Coffee became a global business. Ships crossed oceans with bags of beans. Ports became busy. Rich people invested money. Empires competed with each other. A simple drink became connected to land, labor, trade, and power. In the 19th century, Brazil became the largest coffee producer in the world. The land was huge. The climate was good for coffee. Coffee farms grew bigger and bigger. Brazil sold coffee to many countries. Even today, Brazil is still one of the world's biggest coffee producers. Coffee also became important in Colombia, in Central America, and in many African countries. Small farmers grew coffee on hills and mountains. Families picked the red cherries by hand. They removed the fruit, dried the beans, sold them, and hoped for a fair price. For many farmers, coffee was life. It paid for food, homes, schools, and clothing. But coffee prices could rise and fall. A farmer could work all year and still earn very little. This is another real part of the coffee story. The cup may look simple, but behind it there are many hands. As the world changed, coffee changed too. In the past, people roasted coffee at home or bought it from small shops. Later, factories roasted coffee in large amounts. Coffee became easier to buy. It moved into tins, bags, restaurants, trains, offices, and homes. In the 20th century, instant coffee became popular. It was quick, cheap, and useful. Soldiers drank it during wars. Workers drank it during busy mornings. Families kept it in kitchens. It did not taste like fresh coffee for many people, but it was easy, and easy things often travel far. Then came espresso. In Italy, machines pushed hot water through finely ground coffee. The result was small, strong, and fast. Espresso became the heart of many drinks. Cappuccino, latte, americano, macchiato. These drinks later spread around the world. Coffee shops became modern meeting places again. In some ways, the old coffee house returned. People came with books, laptops, friends, and plans. They talked about work, love, study, travel, and dreams. The cup changed, the furniture changed, but the human need was the same. People wanted a warm drink and a place to belong. Today, coffee is one of the most loved drinks in the world. Some people drink it in the morning to wake up. Some drink it after lunch. Some drink it slowly with a friend. Some drink it alone in a quiet kitchen before the day begins. But now, when you look at a cup of coffee, you can see more than a drink. You can see Ethiopia and its green highlands. You can see Yemen and the port of Mocha. You can see Sufi monks praying at night. You can see traders crossing deserts and seas. You can see coffee houses full of voices. You can see farmers picking red cherries by hand. The history of coffee is not a straight road. It is a long path with beauty and difficulty. It has legends, inventions, trade, culture, and hard work. It connects many countries, many languages, and many lives. So the next time you smell coffee, stop for a moment. Think about the journey inside that smell. A small bean traveled across mountains, across seas, across centuries. It passed through the hands of farmers, sailors, sellers, roasters, and makers, and now it rests in a cup. That is the quiet magic of coffee. It wakes people up, but it also connects people. It connects morning with history. It connects a small table with the wide world. It reminds us that simple things are not always simple. Sometimes, a simple cup has a very long story. Thank you for listening, my friends. I hope this story helped you enjoy English today. You are doing very well. Every story you hear helps your ears, your words, and your confidence. If you enjoyed this journey through the history of coffee, please like this video, write a comment, and subscribe for more calm English stories. Tell me what story you want to hear next. Keep learning, keep listening, and be proud of your English journey.